Floor is yours.
Almost heard some of that intro. The Burn It Down NASCAR podcast is now in session. Post Coca-Cola, 373 and a half. And I do want to talk about that for a minute. For the life of me, I don't know why they didn't finish it. There's multiple photography evidence that, yeah, it was going to be late. It was going to be after midnight to restart the race. But it's Memorial Day. Most of them people don't work on Monday.
I heard through the grapevines how true it is or not. It wasn't a NASCAR decision. It was a Fox decision. I'm like, so put it on FS1. You switched to channels before. What does it matter? It was apparently a network decision. I don't know how true that is, how far that went down, or I have no idea. But I also heard a comment about, he goes, we need to make a rule in NASCAR. All crown jewel events, Daytona, Southern 500, Coca-Cola 600, Brickyard, all need to be ran through all laps, regardless of rain, no longer how long it takes. And I agree with it.
I do too. I know it was a challenge. I get that. But I think we've seen Daytona go till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Once or twice. There was no reason not to do Charlotte. That, they got the lights.
I don't know. I don't know how they came. Oh, it was still humid, too humid. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Well, I hate to invoke Daryl Waltrip's words, but the vortex.
Yeah.
Would have dried it out. So I was very surprised because in my job I had to work on Monday, so I went to bed. When I got up and found out that they suspended it, and they didn't call it till like midnight.
Yeah.
That they didn't finish it, whatever it took, and for the fans, it was a bad decision.
It was a bad weekend all around for racing.
Yeah.
For how what should have been the best weekend was Kane. Honestly, it was one of the worst, just because of how everything happened and what happened. Don't get me wrong, Indy 500 was finally good once it got going, but like it just offset everything, and just with Monaco being bad, and then the Indy 5 happening, and Kyle Larson getting screwed, and then it was just bad.
I think one of the happiest guys in the racing industry is Justin Allgaier.
Oh yeah,
he finished 13th in that number 5 car.
Yeah, he was talking on the radio. He said, "Sorry guys, I'm doing the best I can, but I just know if Kyle Larson gets in here, he'll go right through the pack." And he's probably right, because he doesn't know the car. He's doing well in it. And they were talking about if Kyle Larson gets in the car after a red flag, he goes to the tail end of the longest line, which I think is bullshit. It's a red flag. What I would have done is like, all right, all guys stay in that car until they say yellow flag, red flag's lifted, then switch to drivers. That's a loophole. You didn't switch drivers until it hit yellow, and then so he gets his spot back.
I never thought of that one, but that's not a bad idea.
That's what I would have done. Like, hey, it's still red. All right, get in the car, Justin. Wait for it yellow, then pop back out. There you go, Kyle. That's what I was thinking.
If it's under caution, he's not going to go to the back of the pack.
He just lose time from switching drivers.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was pretty bogus. Again, I did watch everything and salute for the 300 lap moment of silence. I thought that was really cool. They do it every year. And it's one of those that it like kind of gives you chills when that whole place just goes silent.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The respect, for the military. So, all right. Christopher Bell ends up getting awarded the win. Keselowski is in second. 3 through 10 is Byron, Reddick, Hamlin, Gibbs, Elliott, Chastain, Bowman, and Josh Berry. Truex is 12th. again, we talked about Allgaier being 13th. Logano was 14th. Kyle Busch, he needs to retire or get with a team that's got their crap together, because Richard Childress Racing is missing something somewhere. It's ridiculous. Notables, Busher in 23rd, Briscoe, who is out of a job, in 25th, Dillon in 27th, Van Ginsbergen in 28th, Jimmy Johnson 29th. Let's go down. Anything else? Blaney 39th, had a wreck. But that pretty much covers that. And the standings after this, with obviously in the record books, Kyle Larson missed a race because he was not able to get back in that car. He falls from leading the pack to 6 points down in third. Hamlin leads. Truex is second. Elliott is fourth. Byron, Reddick, Gibbs, Bowman, Keselowski, Chastain is your top 10. Bell, Blaney, Bubba, Kyle, and Busher round out your top 15.
How embarrassing is that? He missed the whole race and he's only down 6 points.
I know. And, he's going to...
Okay, I'm here. Sorry.
It's okay.
Dogs are barking up a storm. They don't usually do that, so I had to go check.
All right. I forgot where I was going. He missed. Oh, the chatter about he's gonna have to get a waiver. And I'm like,
Kyle Larson, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, man. They took Chase Elliott. They took Chase Elliott out of a race last year and still gave him a waiver. They're going to give Kyle the waiver.
They wouldn't have done this because he could have easily flown back for the Charlotte race or Coca-Cola, regardless, if they didn't know NASCAR was going to give him the waiver. And then,
exactly.
And Joey Logano's bitch ass is going on whatever radio show saying, it's kind of a gray area. I don't know if they should do it or not. He just don't want to go against Kyle Larson in the playoffs. He's afraid. So he's advocating not to give he didn't say he shouldn't, but he's saying, it's a gray area.
It's insane. They're going to give him the damn waiver. It's a non-starter, and he's going to be in the top, the 16 playoff because he's got a win or two. It's insane. Overall, I know it wasn't everybody's fault, but I was not enjoying what I did watch. I really wasn't. It was kind of like, come on, man, things got to get better here. And again, we go back to it's the car. It is the car. They got to stop this. I saw something on one of the pages I follow. It's a NASCAR employee. And let me see if I can find it real quick. But he said everybody's going to be shocked at NASCAR's next move. Because I want to get it right. Oh my God. Back. There it is. See if I can find it real quick. He was talking about they may have deleted it. I don't know. But he says NASCAR's got some announcement coming up. I don't want to waste everybody's time. But it is like he almost like was alluding to something with the car that they're going to change or go back, because the way he stated it was for all you NASCAR purists, you'll be very happy. I can't say anything because I am a NASCAR employee and I cannot say anything to give it away before it's publicly announced. But for all you NASCAR purists, you're going to like this. And I don't know whether he means was track selection, maybe doing away with the one vendor park car. Oh, I cannot find it. And I know which page it was on. But it was very, very intriguing. It was like, what do you mean? If you can't talk about it, why'd you put it out there? But I think he was just trying to get some of us purists excited. We'll see. NASCAR had their lowest ratings ever at Charlotte. Ever. Hello, guys. Wake up. I love the sport.
They don't care. They got the next media deal.
But they keep making wrong and bad decisions.
Well, stop giving them media deal rights. They'll lose money, so they'll start paying attention, you'd think.
You would think. Clint Boyer's going to jump back in a race truck at Nashville.
Huh.
I think that's pretty cool. Watch him get embarrassed. Front Row Motorsports gets a third charter. I don't know where they got it from because Stuart Haas hasn't given them up yet.
Oh, I'm sure they do. They got a bid for it.
So
I'm sure one's going the front row, one's going the track house, and there's obviously
one's going to RFK.
You think?
RFK in 2311 is how it's going to be split. That's my prediction.
Oh, I don't. If Junior wants to get involved, this is the best time. I've heard
a lot of rumors.
I've heard fan theories and blah 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 of Junior and Tony, getting together, and Tony buying Gene out, and then Junior buying into Tony. I don't know how. That's just fan theory, but I like it. Then they'd be going back to Chevy, getting out of the Ford, it'd be Hendrick Supply. So I don't know. That if Junior wants in, this is probably the best opportune time, and I don't see him passing it up. It's kind of like we talked last week.
I can understand.
I see 2311 buying one. I do.
But the story is they're shutting down. There's nothing about selling.
They have to sell.
Well, they've got the charters.
Yeah, they're gonna sell. Yeah, they're gonna sell like Kevin Harvick did and all them. Like they're gonna sell. They have to sell all the equipment, sell the buildings. Tony's out. Gene's out. They're done.
We saw this coming. what this year with going Tony going into NHRA
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we called this one a long time ago that it was only going to be a matter of time.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick, he did his little happy hour podcast, and he's kind of hard to wrap my head around going over, forever and his whole forever, thing and everything doing great to closed, forever closed.
Yeah.
Like he's hard to wrap his head around because he obviously that he didn't see it coming because he's like the only thing I could see that is like the head honchos Tony and Gene really weren't in the shop being, face to face, helping with the day-to-day operations. So
Well, Gene Haas has been MIA for the
a
most
long
part
time.
ever since
He's just been
Tony bought in.
Yeah, he's been a money backer.
And we saw comments a year and 2 years ago when Tony was real public about the way NASCAR, the direction it was going in, that he was not happy.
Yeah.
He didn't like it. And then this year, at least last year, he was in the booth and trying to stay up with things.
Mm-hmm.
This year, he's been totally AOL, AW, absent without leave. He's been gone.
I was wondering how many races he's been at. I wonder how many. Maybe 5. You think Daytona would be one of them? Bristol. Like
I would think if he was there, they would put a camera on him just to say, "Hey, Tony's still around." But ever since his wife's been pregnant and he's totally focused on that NHRA to fill her spot while she's doing what she's doing. I can't recall one time this year that Tony has been mentioned, seen at the track. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't there, but there's, even up through last year, he made a cameo appearance every now and again.
Well, he knows knows most of his cars ain't gonna win, so why am I gonna be there?
Yeah. But the news and the facts are that Stewart Haas is absolutely shutting down. Now, what shutting down means, and I like your theory where Junior comes in. But I saw another couple of theories that I also can see plausible being Trackhouse gets one of those charters for Shane Van Ginsberger. I have to say that slow or I mess it up. RFK wants another one for the 60 car, and I'm not sure who they were talking about putting in that. And then 2311 wants one, and I think that's probably for Denny. I think his contract with JGR, when it's done, he's going there. Who am I missing? Trackhouse, RFK, 2311. I said it earlier. I can't remember.
Front row's already getting theirs.
Yeah, but where are they getting that from?
It has to be Stewart Haas. There's already inquiries, or there are already feelers that are sent out 2 weeks ago about who wants to buy. I guarantee you, one's promised the front row.
Well, good for them. But I just don't know if they're already shopping around those charters. How's Junior going to buy in and put a team together?
I guarantee you, Junior went to him. I want to buy 2 charters. Tony would do it. He would save them, already taken care of.
I don't disagree with that. I don't know. I saw a fake post by Bob Pockrass on X that says the same thing you're saying, but it was a fake. It wasn't real. So, all right. We chewed that up. What else you got? Anything?
Those are the only 2 things I had, really. It was the front row, getting an extra charter, and Tony Stewart.
All right. I don't know if we mentioned it last week because I got it wrote down for this week. Hall of Fame inductees this year are Carl Edwards, Ricky Rudd, and some guy named Ralph Moody. I don't know if he's Dave Moody's father or if he's anywhere. I just don't. I haven't Googled him to look it up, but there's only 3, and I know, of course, Edwards and Rudd are going to get in, but I'd have to look up Ralph Moody. See if I can Google it here real quick and see what I can figure out. I should have done this earlier. I'll cut it out. Ralph Moody. Oh, he's got Ralph Moody. See what this says. I just Edwards Rudd. Stop it. Oh, cut. Man, I hate Google. Tell me what I need to know here. Moody was a key part of the legendary Holman Moody operation. The World War II veteran became a mechanic. After the war, he teamed up with John Holman to create an epic team, winning 2 championships with David Pearson and the 1967 Daytona 500 with Mario Andretti. They won 96 races and 83 pools. So he was a mechanic and basically an engine builder back in the 60s. So I learned something. I didn't know who he was. I was like, okay. So, we got Gateway. There we go. They call it the Illinois. Isn't Gateway in Missouri, actually?
No. It's St. Louis, but it's like across the river or wherever.
All right, it's in.
It says
West or.
It says Gateway. It's Gateway in Portland. Xfinity must be Portland. Let me look it up.
Well, it's the Illinois 300.
Yeah. It says it's Madison, Illinois.
Is that close to St. Louis?
I'm assuming.
Well, anyway.
Let me look. It's right across the river.
All right. So it looks to me like they've only raced there 2 times. And I know they have because there's only 2 entries for everybody. Guys that have excelled there with 2 top 10s is Logano, Blaney, Truex, Kyle Busch has 1. McDowell, Larson, Hamlin, Chastain, Byron. There's a bunch of them with only 1. Notables that haven't finished in the top 10 ever there. Keselowski, Chase Elliott. This must be the race he was suspended for last year because no, it wasn't.
He probably got hurt. He got hurt.
Because he's only been there 1 time.
Yeah, this is when he broke his leg or whatever.
Busher, Bowman, and flip it over to the average finish. Kyle Busch, 1.5. Logano is 2.0. Then you got behind them Blaney, Truex, Larson, Bell, Cindric, Busher, and Almirola as your top 10 running average finishers. I'm telling you right now, stay away from anything with Stewart Haas because Ford is done. They're not giving them nothing no more. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That it's not gonna happen. They're gonna have a really sucky ass rest of the year.
I feel bad for like Noah. He's multi-year contract. Do they pay him out? Like, I don't know. Ryan Preece, he's out. He's not getting another cup ride. He has to re-earn it through somebody else. Chase Briscoe maybe because he has Mahindra Tractors as a huge sponsor. That's a billionaire. Noah, he has Bass Pro and all the other ones, but he's on the edgy for who can get a ride. And Josh Berry, unless Junior gets a ride and picks him up, I have no clue who's gonna get him.
I would say of all those drivers, I think Josh Berry's got the best chance to jump somewhere. But where's he gonna go?
That's the question.
Front row?
Probably. There's 2 spots open.
RFK?
Possible if they get one. But they've been wanting to get Corey Heim up there for so long.
I still say if 2311 grabs one of them charters, that's for Denny Hamlin.
I think Denny just signed a multi-year contract. He ain't leaving. Last year.
I should have been done my homework on that one too. Denny Hamlin. I don't know what his.
I could spell. Yeah, Denny Hamlin signed on September 4th, 2023, multi-year contract extension with Joe Gibbs. Multi-year is probably 3. So
yeah.
Remember, Truex is out of the car this year unless he signs another year extension, so technically that's an open spot for somebody. But
Denny'd put him in that car.
Yeah, he would, but would he? I mean, could go from Joe Gibbs' Toyota over there, but he also might be say, "Screw it, I'm done. I want to go fishing." The rest of it,
Yeah.
So that opens a spot there. Possible 2 if Denny buys one. So that's 1 Joe Gibbs, 1 over there. So there's spots for them to go, but like of those 4 drivers, Noah's probably got the best upside. He just needs to get more time in the car and get out of those horrible Fords that they're in. Same thing with Josh Berry. Look, he was in Hendrick's cars and finished in top 5 and 10s, and then he goes to that piece of shit Ford he's in. He can barely even scrape a top 15 or 20. So
that's why I say if Josh Berry can find a ride with a Chevy, possibly a Toyota.
I like the idea of Junior buying into his own team or JTG Doherty or whatever, and buying 1 or 2 charters and plugging it over there. It's already Chevy, but I don't know.
Well, like you said earlier, he'll have so much Hendrick support it'll make your head spin.
It'll be a Hendrick satellite team, and it'll be a step's cousin. Like it won't be it won't even be a cousin. It'll be a step brother and sister. Like that's how close it'll be.
Oh, they'll get all the support. I mean, they will come out of the box competitive.
Oh, it'll be literally an 8-car team or 7-car team if he buys 2. Now with Hendrick and them, it'll be I think is it Trackhouse? That's Hendrick also. I can't remember.
Well, they are supported,
but not a lot.
Yeah, they share information, but that's about it. But I know that, like I said, I like your theory about Junior coming in, but you would think if a major announcement such as this were made, that there would be some kind of a backup and Junior would come forward. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I think that if Junior was already in the mix, that it would be announced that, Stewart Haas is shutting down. Junior's coming in. He's taking 2 of the charters and he's aligning with Hendrick. But it's just, like I said, it's so blunt that just SHR shutting down, period. End of story. That's it. Everybody's out of a job after Phoenix. So I don't know. I think that's kind of the major hits of the week. Like I said, we go on to Gateway. 300 miles or laps, whichever it is. Gateway's it's not a flat track, but it's not very steeply banked. And it's not bad racing, so, and it's in the heartland, so I hope they, with all these storms going on,
Yeah.
that they were able to get it in. I was shocked they got the Indy 500 in finally, but they did it. I have you been looking at? They got the head. Oh, we haven't touched on the fantasy league. You was hoping I forgot about that one. I won't even put the numbers out there, but I got you pretty good. And
No, you can put the numbers up because you got a 254. I got a 230 something.
Yeah, but is leading the league
by 10 ish.
No, it's more than that.
It's like 10, 12 points.
All right. I'll take the 12. I think it's more like 13, but I could be wrong.
Potato, potato. I have 27-27. You have 27-35. 8 fucking points.
Yeah, well. It's a lead, and I haven't, the last 3 years I haven't been able to say that a whole lot, so you bet I'm going to take it.
But I just want to let you know, because last time you were tooting your horn because you were like, what I say, like top 100 in points in the world or whatever. I forgot what it was.
No, top 10 to 10,000.
No, for the week. When you
right.
What do you remember what week that was and what that was? I can't remember.
I can't remember which race it was, but I was really good that week.
You're 97th in the country this week again, by the way. I looked it up through the other ones where everyone's at. If you would have if you would had 1 point more, you would have been 32nd. Just saying.
Well, I'll take it. I don't care. I mean, I'd have taken the other point, but I'll take it.
Who the hell would have took Tyler Reddick, who started last and had to do all that penalty stuff to finish like 4th? I was like, bye, bud. I didn't think, you didn't take him, but you had to take him to be one of the top point scorers for the week. And I didn't take him because he got penalized for doing some random adjustment.
Yeah, something with the wing. Hey, every once in a while, even a blind nut finds us, or blind squirrel finds a nut. It's like I'll take it. I did not realize I was within the top 100.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that information.
Yep.
All right.
What's it for the league? What's the standing? That's where I was trying to find. I am 9,855th overall.
I'm 8768. So I got back under, because after last week's debacle, I was like, I went from 9,000 something up to 11 some thousand, and now I'm back under at 87, 86. So I shall take that. Now, I did not realize that I did that well. All right. Roster. Do they have the heads-to-heads up?
Well, I'm sure they do.
Um,
Oh, let me see.
it looks like they do.
League there. Hold on.
What I'm seeing is Bell and Blaney the first.
Yes, Bell and Blaney. I would take Christopher Bell. Just the Fords can't do shit.
Yeah, they got a real problem.
As I say that, would you rather take Kyle Busch or Joey Logano next?
I'll tell you what, I would take Logano
That's
over
what that's what
Busch.
I'm saying. As I say, Ford's doing crap. I'll take the Ford over the Chevy. Now, would you
I
take
will
Martin
too.
Truex or Denny Hamlin? That's the next matchup.
Ugh. I would take Hamlin over on this one.
Yeah, I would say so too. Unless Ross Chastain hits him over again and does that.
Then you got Bowman the Showman versus Gibbs.
I would say Gibbs, unless Bowman qualifies well.
I agree with you. Because I keep saying it's only a matter of time before Ty Gibbs. And this is the kind of race that I think he can win. It's short. If they make a big mistake, obviously they don't have time to recover. But as long as they're mistake free, he's going to have a fast car. Hell, I took 3 damn Gibbs.
Yeah.
We all did. We took the same picks.
Well, that's only head to head. That's not like in a lineup. So
Right. It's just head to head. And we both took Logano because Kyle Busch, I'll tell you, I can see his retirement coming.
in the next couple years, yeah, but he wants to stay until Braxton can get going. But I don't know if he can handle it.
I don't think he can either. He's frustrated. I give him kudos for his maturity right now. I really do, because in the old days, he'd have been screaming and yelling and complaining. And he's not. He's not saying anything publicly.
No.
So, all right. I took that down. Who you got? Who you think will win it?
Oh man, I don't know. Oh. I really don't. I don't know. I'll say Joey Logano, but I just don't have this. It's a race that no one really knows a bunch about. I don't know.
I'm going to take Kyle Larson because he's going to come back and make a statement. You wouldn't let me race last week. I'll show you what's up.
Yeah.
And kudos to him. He finished the 500. He did get back there. I don't know how this would have worked out if he actually got back in the car and finished the race. I just don't. I don't know how they would have scored him. They like
wouldn't.
you
He
said,
wouldn't have got points because he didn't start the race. He would have finished, but he wouldn't have been awarded the points. Whoever starts the race gets the points.
Allgaier.
Yep. But he wouldn't have got points.
Big shout out to him for. I think he did a wonderful job. Never being in a. Has he been in a cup race before?
A couple years ago when he crashed Jimmy Johnson's car, then he got kicked out and never got back.
He did a great job. I don't care what anybody says. He didn't wreck anything, anybody.
Well, he could be
Stayed
racing. He
on-
could be racing for a ride next year with those charters floating around.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that one either.
That's what happened with Josh Berry. Like, he proved he could race those cars if he got the good equipment. Finished, top 5 a couple times.
When he was in Chase Elliott's car.
Yep.
So, well, I don't have anything else.
Yep, neither do I.
All right. Everybody, thanks for watching. Join our fantasy league at NASCAR.com. Search out Burn It Down NASCAR podcasts. There's 2 Burn It Downs in there. One is us and the other is just Burn It Down. So get in there. You're not going to do much up until we get to the playoffs and everything gets reset. So play around with it, have some fun, and challenge us during the playoffs. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. I can't think of anything. Penalties came out today. Nobody in the Cup Series was penalized. I think Austin Hill was the only one in the Xfinity, and there was 2 truck teams that were in fact, one of them was disqualified. From dude that
I
won
forgot.
it.
No, I know who you're talking about, but
Maybe he finished second or something, but anywho, I'd be done.
all right, me too.
All right, everybody have a good week, and we will see you after Gateway. Take care.